Um, I think this is a very definite way of experiencing consciousness because we are consciousness, but we just have an overlay, which a false reality which we identify with due to the mind, and you know the story anyway. But I've sometimes I try and observe reality, nature, and when a human being or someone is like say for instance you see a child playing and laughing, or a group of people just laughing, really hearty laughs from the core of their being. Even that's a code word, and it's a core of their being, because it's not the meat suit that's laughing, it's consciousness that's actually enjoying the humor, because laughter is a spiritual universal language. But anyway, the point is, when you come across people laughing, or you see a baby's laughter or whatever it is, right, you are drawn to it, and for a split second the persona and all the attachments of the mind leave you for a split second, because you're trying to seek what that thing is, what is the cause of that laughter, right? And because on some level you are seeking to participate in it, not seeking to participate in it from an ego standpoint, but it's a collective shared energy, because that laughter changes the energy. So there is as a conscious being, you want to resonate or experience that frequency, right? We seek it. So that in itself proves that it's not really you, because you didn't set out when you started your day, when ego and mind were driving you, you got dressed, you left your house, picked up your keys, blah, 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 and you went to Starbucks to grab your favorite coffee. You did not have in your list of to-do things, oh, when I see someone laughing, I'm going to try and participate in it. Or even an animal, when an animal is being very playful and stuff, it draws us in, because playfulness is an aspect of consciousness. Playfulness is an aspect of consciousness. Humor, laughter, all those things is an aspect of consciousness. This is why animals, even big animals, big, when I say big, quote unquote, animals that we think, ooh, are scary, whatever, they play. What's the favorite thing? Okay, so if we look at all of humanity were once children. All children in the world have one thing they enjoy above everything, and what's that? Play. They don't care about the toys, they don't care about the Jordans, they don't care about the Hot Wheels, they don't care about the whatever. They just want to play. What is play? Play is essentially releasing the mind and reconnecting with all there is and experiencing it however you want. That's what play is. I don't know if you've got kids, but if you actually watch kids play, right, you actually see the creative power of consciousness in real life, like in real time. He can pick up a box, and then that box can become a fort, and it's a fort in his reality. It's real. Their eyes change, everything changes, their body, everything changes. Do you understand? So if you want to experience consciousness, right? If your mind is too heavy, your ego is too heavy, right? Go and watch some children play and see and notice your own life experience, like what actually transpires within you. That thing that's happening, that's consciousness stirring. Yeah? I know people flip it that way and say, oh, when people see people crying, no. When we see people crying, it evokes a response in us, concern. We're like, oh, we don't share in their crying. But when a child is laughing, or a group of people are laughing in a bar, restaurant, coffee shop, whatever, and it's really hearty, it's infectious. It can actually make you start laughing for no reason. What do you think that is? That's resonance. Guys, man, you're everything there is, man. You are consciousness. Oh my God. I know sometimes I can be a little, it's not that I can be very, no, let me rephrase. The truth, right, has to come at a certain pitch, a certain frequency. Yeah. It has to. The truth can't be dressed up. It can't be, the sky is blue. The sky is blue. Yeah. Like, can you not see? It's blue. It's blue. Okay. Like, that's how the truth has to be delivered. When sometimes it's like I'm trying to beat the drum on the thing. I'm not beating the drum, because the only thing that will feel like a reaction is the ego, because consciousness knows what I'm saying. Anybody that's listening, you just hear it, and it's almost like it just unlocks in your mind. You're like, oh yeah, because you're asleep, and you're not asleep in a negative sense. You're not in touch with your consciousness. You have just attached to the story of the mind and the ego. That's all it is. That's all it is. Nobody's better than anybody. Nobody's smarter than anybody. We're all infinite intelligence. I say this all the time. We're all the same. We're just the same thing, just expressing itself in different ways. Okay? Like, when you go into the forest, I'm always in the woods. 1 second. Let me just respond to this email. Actually, bear with me 1 second. So essentially, when you go into the woods and you see a daffodil, or you see a rose, or you see a whatever flower, right? A bluebell, whatever it is the rose better than the bluebell, or the bluebell better than the daffodil? Like, there is no better. Those are just human, animalistic, ego, mind-driven definitions, which are stories. They are not true, because if you were to take an objective look and step out of it and look at those flowers, all those flowers are just an expression of the one life. No one is better than the other. None of that. Do you get it? Anyway, the point is, your consciousness, bro. The end.